Hey, Christian creatives! Jeremy here with Cross and Pen giving you a little quotation for today as a point of motivation and inspiration for your writing journey. It's a quote that I have sort of taken to heart over the years as I have been a Christian and a minister of the gospel, a pastor, to bring the gospel with me into my daily life as well as my ministry life, engaging the culture around me. It's a quotation that sort of influenced the naming of my Cross and Pen website and this sort of coaching initiative. And that is this quotation on my About page from Karl Barth, a Swiss theologian from middle of the 20th century. He said this about how Christians should engage our world. Take your Bible and take your newspaper. Read both, but interpret newspapers from your Bible. Let me read that again. Take your Bible and take your newspaper. Read both, but interpret newspapers from your Bible. What does he mean? And why is this relevant to you as a Christian creative, especially a Christian writer? Well, I think as Christians broadly, but especially creatives, and when I was pastoring, I also took this to heart as a pastor trying to engage my culture with the gospel, the good news of God's crazy love in Jesus Christ. The point that he is making and that I took as a pastor and now as a creative Christian writer is that we need to move through life holding both the newspaper and our Bible in both hands, right? As we walk through life, we're called to engage both the text and our culture together, to marry both, but to interpret the one, the Bible, on its own and not the other way around. To interpret our culture, our newspapers, if you will, from our Bible, rather than letting our culture influence our interpretation of the Bible. Nowadays, it's so easy to let the one impact the other as opposed to the other way around. Take a range of issues from climate to sexuality to gender to politics to business to spending money to the things that we consume with our eyes, with our ears. It's so easy to let culture impact how we understand the Bible and what God cares about when it comes to a broad range of issues. Instead, what Karl Barth, this theologian, encourages Christians of all stripes, but especially pastors and creative Christians like you, his encouragement is instead to let the Bible interpret our culture and our engagement with our culture. On all of these issues that I just mentioned, all of our questions and all of our uh, influences surrounding our understanding of these range of issues, again, from climate to gender to sexuality to spending money to politics to culture broadly. Let the Bible impact and interpret those questions and how we answer them. As a Christian creative, as you walk through life, I'm encouraging you to grab hold of both the pen and the cross, or rather the cross and the pen, the other way around, as I've labeled and named my website. Cross and pen, hold both in tension. Let the one, the cross, interpret the other, the pen. As you seek to engage your culture with the gospel, as you engage the world around you with God's story of rescue. Let the Bible, let the cross, let the gospel interpret and impact and motivate how you write, what you write, and may you this year find great success, gospel infused success as you marry the cross and the pen, as you wield the pen for the sake of the cross, as you let the cross interpret and impact your pen and what flows and comes from it. My encouragement is to walk through life this year, 2024, holding both the cross and the pen together, letting the cross, interpret and impact and infuse your pen with the gospel for the sake of God's glory and for the sake of human flourishing.